Garima lohiya ethics mock test 10 September 2022. Question 1. Successful people are not those who did not fail, but those who persisted in turbulent times and kept moving after a failure. In light of this statement, examine the importance of adversity quotient in life. How can adversity quotient be developed? Though success is seen from the narrow prism of achievement, it has a broader angle to it. Stories of successful people like Ram Mohan Roy, Ambedkar, Nelson Mandela, T.N. Sesson are full of initial failures and hiccups, but what kept them moving was a sparking desire to achieve their goal, and ultimately they turned successful. Adversity quotient refers to ability of an individual to be able to stand in front of unfavorable situation and not get overwhelmed. Rather, strive harder to achieve the desired goal. Importance of adversity quotient in life. Ability to overcome hardship and achieve desired goal, not not disturbed by initial failure, can help others and even bring huge changes in the society. Never give up spirits, strengthen our willpower, helps to sail through difficult circumstances. How to develop adversity quotient? Life stories of great reformers and leaders like Parmeshwar IAS, Martin Luther King, Subhash Chandra Bose, etc. Rewarding children from very early age for taking up difficult tasks. Emotional intelligence, stress management, exercises and meditation, positive self-attribution and supportive peer group. Given the difficulties in present life, along with IQ and EQ, AQ is an inalienable skill needed. Question 2. Strength does not come from physical capacity but from an indomitable will. Gandhi. What does strength mean to you and how far do you agree with the given statement? Discuss with suitable example. Strength in traditional sense would mean physical capacity. However, history has examples to prove that physically strong evils like Ravana could be overpowered only through an indomitable will. It is often said that where an army of soldiers cannot penetrate, an army of principle can. This highlights that every strong and physically capable person cannot defeat someone who has a strong will. Strength for me does not only mean physical strength but emotional and mental stability. We see example of whistleblower who committed suicides because they were not mentally strong. Strength also means good health, value, education and set of practical skills. All of this makes one equipped to deal with any challenges in their life. For example, Dr. Ambedkar had a strong will, education and skill using which he secured right for the untouchable. Battle fought between Ravan and the small army of Ram proves that physical strength loses in front of indomitable will. However strong your opponent, a strong will, skill, good intention can show us the right way. Question 3 or 2b. Good governance does not depend on laws but upon the personal qualities of those who administer the law. Do you agree with this statement? Good governance as defined by UNDP in 1992 is transparent, talks about following features: transparency, rule of law, participative, consensus oriented, responsive, equity, efficiency. Confucius says that righteousness is the basis of good governance, thereby implying that any honest effort at good governance comes from within and not an externally enforced set of laws which can be bypassed. Why are laws not enough? Despite laws like RTI 2005, corruptions like coal scam, PNB scam, 2G scam happened. Prevention of Corruption Act not only able to deter collusive and petty corruption. Participative governance is missing despite 73 and 74 constitutional amendment. Loopholes can always be found. Law doesn't guarantee its implementation. Laws can only decide the direction in which a society should move, but it is the culture and personal qualities of government which decides direction in which society actually moves. If government is virtuous, it will voluntarily disclose relevant information, maintain accountability. It will not engage in corruption, honing of fund, utilization of public fund for public welfare only. However, in the end, both laws as well personally virtuous people are needed. Virtue theory of Greek scholars need to be accompanied by laws which help in ensuring accountability as well, bringing right kind of behavior and attitudes, behavioral and attitudinal change among people. Question 3a. An active civil servant is necessary but not sufficient. India has also required civil service activism for fulfilling the vision of justice, liberty, and equality for all. Analyze the statement, citing relevant examples. Civil servants were envisaged as the steel frame of the country. Active civil service fulfilling its traditional role along with taking up the new role created by need of digitization, liberalization is necessary. Example, IPS Arif Sheikh, who started Chuppi Tor campaign for dealing with domestic violence. However, given the new and emerging challenges such as violence against women, hate speech, caste-based discrimination, corruption, civil service activism is needed. It will ensure the in fulfilling vision of justice. Example, TN Session, who helped bring in electoral reform so that level playing field is maintained. True democracy is assured in achieving the vision of liberty. Example, Parmeshwar Iyer IS, who worked for destigmatizing manual scavenging so that the liberty and dignity of manual scavenger is maintained. Example, Prashant Nair, who started Clean Kozhikode Beach to ensure environment is sustainability restored and everyone gets right to achieve full potential, achieving the vision of equality. Example, IS Jhabua started Sathi Dhan campaign to raise voice against dowry so that women gets an equal right in society. Sati Dhar campaign. Example, IS Champaran started startup zone to create opportunities for migrant laborers. In the view of fulfilling ideas enshrined in our preamble, every stakeholder, including civil servants, have a role to play. Question B. Educational institutions complement the role of family and the society in shaping our values. Discuss, can digital education reforms this value inculcation function effectively? Our values are shaped through socialization that takes place over the years. In childhood through family, agent of primary socialization, and then society through different means, and then school, educational institutions, first formal agency of value system. Role of educational institution: teachers through observational learning, rewards and punishment, inculcate desirable values like obedience, discipline, hard work, etc. Curriculum: extracurricular activities like sports, teamwork, sportsmanship, cooperation, peer group, compassion and respect. As APJ Abdul Kalam said, major role played in child's development is by father, mother and teacher. With COVID lockdown, digital education has received a fresh impetus. Can it provide value in inculcation effectively? Use of technological tools like AI to develop games that inculcate value. Predictive analytics, use of smart technology and group assignment can teach cooperation, team building, respect for elders. Inclusivity and harmony can be taught through innovative ways. However, while shifting to digital education, one must ensure that biases like digital divide and digital literacy gap does not become a hindrance. Focus should be both on knowledge and moral values. As Abraham Lincoln said that two goals of education are knowledge and character. Even Gandhiji called knowledge without character as one of the seven sins. Question 4a. Gendered attitudes convert differences in sexes into discrimination. Examine the factors responsible for negative attitude towards women in the Indian society. How can these attitudes can be changed? Cognition, belief, stereotype against women, emotion, negative attitude towards women, behavioral tendency of discrimination, factor responsible for negative attitude towards women, role of parenting and family, attitude and behavior of parents towards female members are observed by children and replicated. Joint family household especially leave a legacy of patriarchal attitude against women, discriminations like soft behavior for women and masculine for boys, gender roles assigning gender-based colors, curriculum and school textbook which portray women as weak and fragile, unintended consequences of laws like maternity benefit act creating additional compliance burden, dowry prevalence, honor killing and associated women with dignity of family, use of new legal terrorism by some women like 498A. Can this attitude be changed? How can this attitude be changed? Inculcate equality in child rearing practices, school education and curriculum, increase interaction between boys and girls to understand mm, needs better, providing women equal opportunities to break the vicious cycle, use of role models like our President Draupadi Murmu to inspire people of merit of women, celebrities like Vidya Balan, cricket teams, scientists can be brought forward, change in attitude through gender neutral legal provision. As Malala Yousafzai said, a bird can fly on one wing. Contribution of women is crucial. Question B. How are ethical concern and work culture of public institution different from those of private institution? Examine the desirability of adoption of work culture similar to private institution in public institution. Work culture refers to the set of values in an organization that determine its interaction with its member and outsider. Ethical concern and work culture of public institution different from private institution. Assumption, values, symbols, work culture क्या है पता नहीं क्या है. पब्लिक इंस्टीट्यूशन वर्सेस प्राइवेट. फोकस पब्लिक वेलफेयर, सर्विस डिलीवरी, प्रॉफिट मोटिव्स. रेड टेपिज्म, ब्यूरोक्रेसी, डिलेज इन डिसीजन मेकिंग, efficiency in resource use, cutting edge technology. Concern involve corruption, trade union, ineffective public service delivery, concern of unsustainable trade practices, profit harming employees' welfare, motivation of employees, compensation of employees, desirability of adopting work culture similar to private institution. It will bring efficiency, optimum allocation of resources, expertise, women provisions based on merit and promotions based on merit and incentive to work hard, use of technology, outsourcing non-core activities and focus on core activities, maximizing profits given the less making nature of private loss making nature of public sector institutions undertakings. Handsome salaries would increase their morale. However, the role of public sector is the model employer cannot be overlooked, and while making sure profits to ocean unsustainable methods cannot be used. Question 5a. Beside objectivity, civil servants also need empathy and compassion to effectively resolve various ethical dilemmas they face while discharging their responsibility. Discuss with suitable example. Over focus on objectivity is a remnant of a Bavarian model of bureaucracy that fails to achieve the desired consequences of equality, empathy, compassion. Civil servants, while discharging their duties, need to maintain objectivity. However, it should be accompanied by empathy and compassion. How does it help resolve ethical dilemmas? Goal of the civil service is to serve the people while following rules and regulations. Such end goal shall not be forgotten. Example, recently in Chhattisgarh, a young girl died because she was not given food due to lack of documents. Their empathy and compassion can help resolve the ethical dilemma while providing employment. Public contract objectivity is desired value, but compassion for vulnerable section will help civil servant in serving them alternative jobs plus benefit of other schemes. While rules need to be followed, however, in some cases deviation is acceptable to serve public. Example, doorstep delivery of services during COVID to vulnerable section, relaxing need of cumbersome process to ensure quick relief to certain victims, etc. The end goal of civil servants to serve the public shouldn't be compromised in blind adherence to laws. B. Leadership is essentially a task of persuasion. How does ability to persuade others help civil servants in performing their duty? Identify 5 qualities that make civil servants effective agents of persuasion. Justify your choice. Leadership effectively refers to persuading and convincing others of adopting a desirable course of action. For example, Mahatma Gandhi during on freedom struggle moved to be a great leader due to his persuasive capabilities. How does this ability help civil servants in their duty? Civil servants face social issues like open defecation, caste-based discrimination, honor killing, and persuasion can help in success of implementing schemes like Swachh Bharat Abhiyan. Many times their actions will be opposed by local people, but to ensure their effective participation, they need to be convinced. Example: Beti Bachao, Beti Padhao. Qualities that make civil servants effective agents of persuasion: legitimate authority. Since they are selected through merit, they command legitimacy and respect represent in the society. Education qualification makes them a highly credible source of persuasion. Ability to walk the talk. Civil servants able to practice what they preach are highly acceptable. Leadership by example. Example. Swachis Somvansi. Somvansi. IS donated the AC of his office for children in dispensary, led to 5 lakh collection in 3 days. Social skills like communication with locals, interaction and their proximity with the public. 6a. What does each of the following quotations mean to you? Peace is not mere absence of war, it is presence of justice. Peace is often defined as absence of war or violence. However, this is only an aspect of what peace means. In its broad sense, it also means a positive environment, including opportunities for all sections of society, justice, lack of exploitation and discrimination. When Malala Yousafzai after terrorist attack started advocating for peace, she did not just intended absence of terrorism but also holistic opportunities for women of Pakistan to grow and develop, presence of just and fair environment, affirmative actions. Kofi Annan, UNSC Secretary General, brokered peace between USA and Israel. However, this intent was not only stalking any probabilities of war, but also justice for people of Israel, collaboration and opportunities for both the nation. After Russia-Ukraine frozen war comes to a total halt, we won't say peace has been ushered in because it means a lot more. It means resolution of long-standing issues of the war, reparations for the aggrieved and creation of a positive environment where people can thrive to achieve their full potential. Despite its narrow interpretation, peace is a broad term and it is the responsibility of all stakeholders to ensure global peace. Peace is not only a desired virtue but a prerequisite for development. 6b. The world will not be destroyed those who do evil, but by those who watch them without doing anything. Mother Teresa famously said that I cannot change the world, but I can create a stone to create ripples in the water. This underlines the significance of individual efforts. Similarly, however strong the evildoer, but we can take action in multiple ways to ensure that justice is done. The world will not be destroyed only by those who do evil, but by those who, despite having resources, capabilities, are not able to do anything. The recent Russia-Ukraine crisis has brought this idea to the forefront when the entire world could not do anything. Even the UNSC failed to play its part. When such situation occurs, it is the duty of others not involved directly in the conflict to act as a mediators, to take up role of conflict reduction. Example: youth hunt in Cuban Missile Crisis or Heart of Asia Conference for Taliban. Humanitarian assistance is needed at this point of time. Timely intervention can prevent possibilities of a full-blown war and can open up possible negotiation channels. The repercussion of evil and not just failed to immediate people but leaves a legacy of evil and wrongdoing. Thereafter, as a responsible individual, it is our responsibility to not tolerate evil and take action. See, happiness is a mysterious thing to be found somewhere between too little and too much. Happiness refers to pleasant state of mind, generating positive emotions and sense of energy among us. However, what is happiness is still a mystery. For some like Elon Musk, it might be a space travel. For some like Gandhiji, it was a free India. It lies somewhere between too little and too much. Too little availability of resources. Poverty does not enable us fulfill our potential, leave us improvised and unable to enjoy happiness in life. Too little opportunities, for example, for women, leave us feel discriminated. Therefore, too little still seen as happiness. Too much of wealth leads to stress, pressure for social development. Too much of responsibility disturbs our physical and psychological health. Therefore, it is to be found somewhere in between too little and too much. As Gandhiji always talked about a life of minimal materialism and high thinking. Happiness is to be found in the balances of life, balancing extreme resources deficiency and luxury, balancing indulgence and austerity. Thereafter, there are case studies. Thank you.